Señoras y señores, a continuación haremos la presentación olímpica de ambos planteles. Vamos a comenzar presentando a Flamengo de Brasil. Número 1, Guilherme Diomato. 3, Scott Machado. Número 6, Franco Balbi. 7, Didi Lousada. 8, Mike Tavares. 9, Gabriel Jaúl. 13, Felipe Mota. 16, Olivinia. 22, Devon Scott. 23, Cayo Manfield. 35, Marco Filipovic. Y 44, Martín Cuello. Dirige técnicamente el señor Gustavo Conti. Dirige técnicamente el señor Gustavo Conti. Es momento de presentar al Club Atlético Boca Jrs. Número 0, Wayne Langston. 4, Leonardo Mainoldi. 5, Juan Guerrero.
Good evening and welcome into the second night of the January window of BCL America's play. Alongside my partner Paul Mokeski, I'm Craig Theta. We're so glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world. We return to Palacio Peñarol in beautiful Montevideo, Uruguay for this Group C contest between Boca Jrs of Argentina and Flamengo of Brazil. In the December window, Boca won handily 80-62 behind 18 points from Manuel Rodriguez and 11 from Leo Minoldi. But this Boca team got gut-punched last night by Hebraica Maccabi, giving up an 18-point first-half lead to lose by 18. Paul, how does Boca recover from that disappointing effort?
Well, back-to-back is difficult physically, but this is more mental for them. So they have to forget about last night. They got to look at and maybe focus on what they did in the first half to get that 18-point lead and then just kind of move forward from there. I mean, leads in basketball fade away fast, quickly all over the world. The other night, Phoenix came back on Sacramento. They were down 24 points in the fourth quarter. So you just got to put it behind you mentally, and that's easier said than done.
Flamengo, on the other hand, comes into this one fresh, making one change to their roster. Gustavo Conti brought in his first American this year in 6'9", 206-centimeter center Devon Scott. Flamengo will also look to rely on veteran Guy Deodato and the electric Gabriel Galvanini. But, Paul, they're going to have to shoot better, especially from three-point range, where as a team, they're 22 of 84 for 26% in this tournament so far.
Yeah, making shots is so important, but the addition of Devon Scott, who's 6'9", he's strong, he's physical, he goes to the basket and dunks it, he can post up in the low post. Not only does that help him on the rebounding and all that, but it frees up Galvanini to play less in the low post and more outside, which he's better at. So the addition not only helps overall, but it helps one of their best players too.
As we get a look at the starting lineup there for Gustavo Conti, Devon Scott getting a start in his first BCLA game. He's played 4 games with Flamengo, averaging 10.3 points and 6 rebounds per game. He'll be joined by Scott Machado, Didi Lousada, Gabriel Galvanini, and Martin Cuello. We were talking about the three-point shooting woes from Flamengo. Prime offenders, Didi Lousada, 3 of 12 in 2 games. Caio Manfio, 0 for 12. Marco Filipovic, 3 of 11. And Martin Cuello, 1 for 5. As we look at the starting lineup for Carlos Duro and Boca Jrs.
Scott Machado, 7, Didi Lousada. 9, Gabriel Jaúl. 22, Devon Scott.
And it's going to be the same starting lineup as last night. Marcos Mata, Manuel Rodriguez, Jose Vildosa, Carlos Schottman and Raven Barber. Duro got more out of Carlos Schottman last night. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists in the loss to Hebraica. And well, or rather, Jose Vildosa had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And Boca Jrs played very, very well in stretches in that game, but they just fell apart, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, and that's, you know, they started missing shots, and Maccabi started making shots. And, you know, we've talked about this so much, Craig. Momentum in the game is so important, and it's real, and it's contagious also. You know, one guy starts making shots, everybody starts making shots. One guy starts missing shots, everybody struggles. And, you know, they just got to put that mentally behind them. I think Wayne Langston helped them in the second half, and he's getting his footing here in this for his new team, and I think that's going to help. So I'm looking forward to a good game today.
Yes, indeed. Wayne Langston, his first action with Boca Jrs last night. Previously, he was with Hapoel Galil Elyon in the Israeli Winter League. He had 4 points and 4 rebounds in his debut last night. Our officials for this contest: Roberto Vasquez of Puerto Rico, Alexis Mercado of Mexico, and Samuel Hidalgo from Dominican Republic. A big hello to all our viewers in the USA on FanDuel TV, across South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel. Just moments away from tip-off, it's going to be Raven Barber jumping for Boca. And Devin Scott jumping for Flamengo. Ball's in the air, and we are underway. Boca controls the tip, and let's see if they can erase the memory from 24 hours ago. Bounce pass to Mata. He's working on Cuello. Uses that off arm to hook around, and is that going to be offensive? It is.
Yeah, he got too much of the chicken wing got around him there on the offensive move, and the referees always catch that. It's just too much.
Oh, don't say chicken wing right before dinner time here, Paul. Machado getting it over to Cuello. Little bounce pass into Devin Scott. He loses it. And, you know, we talked about momentum. We've talked about streaks and runs throughout the course of this entire event. And you and I have both seen lots of basketball around the world. You as a coach and scout and player, me as a broadcaster. And I don't think that I've ever seen an event like this one, BCL Americas 2023-24, in which there have been so many big leads gone away.
Yeah, usually it
Seems
happens
like
in
every game.
Yeah, it usually happens over the course of a season, but this is all condensed in one tournament, and it's you know what, you can never let up, and you're never out of it. So that's the good news.
Vildosa works his way down to the hole, and he ties things up at 2. Now Machado at the other end gets his layup to go in. And it looks like the lid is off at both ends for a change. Vildosa getting it over to Rodriguez. Now back up top to Barber. 10 to shoot. Vildosa to his left. Picked up by Lozada. And Vildosa with all 4 of Boca's points.
Nice pull-up
whistle
jumper
after
there.
I had a whistle after the bucket. Didn't quite see what that was about, though. Is it a clock issue, perhaps?
Or a technical taunting.
Yeah, they got Rodriguez on the unsportsmanlike. A little early for that.
Yeah, and he's like he was yelling at no one in particular. I guess they're setting the referees are setting the tone early today. I guess.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this too, the difference between referees here in the United States and referees in FIBA.
Hmm.
And they don't put up with much talk back or any of that in FIBA basketball. They'll tee you up faster and you can turn your head.
So after the unsportsmanlike, Flamengo gets the ball with 8 minutes to play in this first quarter. Galvanini attacks the bucket, draws the foul.
See, I think
Galvanini
like
is a fun player to watch.
yeah, and here I think, they're talking about taking the flop out of the game. That's a classic example of a flop. And you're supposed to, as a ref, you're supposed to be able to call a unsportsmanlike flopping call on a player, and that would clean that up right away. That's my personal opinion.
So Galvanini to the free throw line. He's 4 of 7 from the stripe in this event.
And you talked about Galvanini as he's only 25 years old, 6'8", has an all-around game, and just a great upside. He had 27 and 10 last time they met, and he's a player I'm sure NBA teams are looking at.
After missing the 2 unsportsmanlike free throws, Galvanini nails both of those, and Flamengo's on top 6-4, and another whistle.
We might have one of those free throw shooting contests that we had last month. I can't remember which. There was like 50 free throws. There was over under on how many free throws there was. But
yeah, I think we
early.
I think we set it at 53 or something like that.
The referees are setting that tone, and it's up to the players to adjust now.
Yeah, and the players won't complain as long as it's called consistently. Now Barber between the rings. Vildosa. Shot clock at 10. Here's Rodriguez. Beg your pardon, that's Shotman. Shotman into the corner with a touch pass to Mata. He drives, puts up the floater, no good. Rebound Devin Scott. 3 from the corner by Deodato misses. Deodato averaging 14.5 points per game in this event. He's a guy, he takes some time to get going. But at the end of the game, especially in the second half, he's the guy that you want shooting the ball.
Yeah, and he's hustles too. He's also very active on the boards.
Pass intercepted. Kick out, 3 on the way from Manoldi, no good. Machado gets the offense reset. He's given the attack to the left. He finally takes it, kind of slowly worked his way in there. Saw the defender jump to the right. He wanted to give him that left side drive. Now at the other end, Jose Vildosa hits the 3-pointer, and Boca's back on top 7-6.
I mean, I would want to see them get it into their new player, Devin Scott. He hasn't even had a touch this game.
3-point attempt missed by Martin Cuello, and now a foul.
And I'm telling you, Craig, you've been around enough. You watch Devin Scott walking around now. His body language is not very good, and he hasn't touched the ball in half a quarter, and he's just got on the team, and they brought him in to help, and he's not being able to because they haven't got him the ball at all.
Yeah, he hasn't taken any shots yet, but he's already hauled in 4 rebounds.
That's the only way he's touching the ball. So I guess if I'm a teammate, I'm saying just go get the offensive glass. Then you get it that way.
Here's Shotman between the rings, now right side, 3 on the way. That is good. Leo Mainoldi hits from long distance. He's got his first 3 points. Leo Minoldi has scored 11 points in each and every game of this tournament so far. Makes it easy to figure out his average as Devin Scott
not too happy.
The foul call.
And Devin Scott's played he's played all over the world, so you know, he's going to have to get used to this reffing in this country, in this tournament.
Well, he's played in South America quite a bit. He was in Argentina, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Mexico. Not that Mexico's in South America, but he should be familiar with the style of play and officiating. Devin Scott was all NBB in Brazil in 2020. He averaged 14.3 points a game as Boca hits another three-pointer. That one by Marcos Mata. And the Monster puts Boca Jrs up 13-6.
Monster to Mata. Mata to Mata.
A little 9-0 run here by Boca. That jumper no good. Rebounded by Scott, and an offensive foul.
And that's a frustration foul right there. We talk about him not touching the ball. He went and got a great offensive rebound, but since he hasn't got a shot all game, he's going to force this up and offensive foul. You can see the frustration.
That one.
Oh, you can see him walking to the bench. He's a frustrated player right now. Believe me, I've seen a lot as a coach, and someone needs to talk to him and settle him down a little bit. I think his teammate is going over there and saying, "We need you, calm down." And he's going to say, "Well, get me the ball then."
Scott hasn't taken a shot, but he's got 5 rebounds already. Does have 2 fouls. Another 3 on the way. That one just short. Rebound back tapped by Langston, but controlled by Flamengo. Outside to Cuello. He drives, puts up the little right-hand floater, and that ends the 9-0 run. And Flamengo back to within 5.
Nice move attacking the rotation and getting right to the middle of the court, and nice floater.
Boca works it around the outside. Shot clock at 7. Minoldi back outside to Schottman. Schottman dropped it underneath to Langston, but it goes off the leg of Franco Balbi.
He should have just shot that. He was doing what you hate people do, pass to another guy with 1 second in the shot clock.
So it'll be Flamengo ball with, I beg your pardon, Boca ball with 2 on the shot clock.
They have a double stack
inbound
here. That's nice.
Schottman. His open 3, no good, and then Vildosa commits the foul.
I love how someone fouls you and trips you up and you hit the ground and then they go apologize and pick you up.
Definitely one of the differences between international basketball and American basketball.
For sure.
3-point attempt blocked. My goodness, Sebastian Vega. Now Schottman high left side. Getting it onto the block for Minoldi. He works his way over Cuello, but Galvanini with the block. Deodato gives it up, gets it back inside. The little baby left-hand hook is up and good for Galvanini.
Doing it on both ends, blocking the shot on the other end and posting up and scoring on the offensive end. Just a great all-around play. Need to get him
Shot
the ball.
From the fadeaway misses from 16. Rebound Deodato. Balbi now giving it back up to Guy. Galvanini working on Langston. Flat on that left-hand hook shot. Rebound grabbed by Vega. Coming
Good
up
job
on
by
2
the
minutes to
defense.
play in this first quarter. Open three-pointer missed by Schottman, and here comes Flamengo back the other way. Cuello, high left side, to Marco Filipovidi. Definitely a different look for Gustavo Conti tonight as far as the starting lineup goes. Their last game in BCLA play, they started Deodato, Balbi, Luzada, Galvanini, and Filipovidi. The only two starters that remain are Luzada and Galvanini, replaced tonight by Machado, Devin Scott, and Martin Cuello. Nice drive by Vega, no call on the contact. Now Boca looks to take the lead. Mainoli on defense against Galvanini. He gets it back. Fades away with the left hand. That one spins out. Offensive rebound grabbed by Filipovidi. But it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Flamengo inside of a minute to play.
Yeah, Galvanini really wants to get to his right shoulder and use his left hand. He's done it 3 times in a row, so as defense, you don't want to let him get to his right shoulder. Push him to his left shoulder.
Yeah, but he's been flat with a couple of them, and he's missed, so maybe you let him shoot that. Cuello hits with the right hand from that same range, and that little hook shot. And Flamengo is back on top. An 8-0 run by Flamengo. Down into the corner, Deodato for 3. Rebounded by Filipovidi. Flamengo gets the offense reset. Tried to get it to Carlos Olivinha.
They call a foul holding, I guess. Didn't look like much of a hold. But
I did not have Carlos Olivinha on my roster, so you'll forgive my confusion here. Let's see who. So he replaces Mateo Diarra. Ahead, Deodato rams it home with the right hand at the end of the first quarter, and Flamengo an 11-0 run to close out the quarter. They get the lead back. We head into the second frame with Flamengo on top by the score of 17-13. This is 2023-24 BCL Americas Play live from Palacio Peñarol in Montevideo, Uruguay. Alongside Paul Mokeski, I'm Craig Feda as we look at the first quarter shooting numbers. Flamengo 39% overall from the floor, 0 of 5 from three-point range. Boca Jrs 5 of 16 for 31%, 3 of 9 from the arc. Big rebounding advantage already for Flamengo, 16-7.
And from the start of this quarter, we thought they were calling ticky-tack fouls and it was going to be a free throw contest. There's only 4 total free throws shot in that quarter. That's pretty amazing. Pretty clean game, actually.
Only 3 turnovers for Boca in that first quarter. 4 for Flamengo as we look at first quarter highlights. Gabriel Galvanini leading Flamengo with 6 points. Martin Cuello has 4. Leading rebounder for Flamengo, Devin Scott, the new addition, with 5. But He's also got 2 fouls early. For Boca, Jose Vildosa has 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Sebastian Vega leading the way with 3 rebounds for Boca Jrs. Again, the 3-point shooting woes all continue for Flamengo, even though they managed to take this first quarter lead.
Yeah, good thing for them. They're an inside team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they only shot 5 threes.
They
They missed them all, but you know, they're pounding it in the post, and like you just saw right there, getting out in transition and showing your athleticism and throwing it down. You know, so you know it's not very good. You haven't made a 3, but the good news is you've only taken 5, so you got the lead here.
Is that one of those things, Paul, where you have to shoot the 3-pointers when they come to you, even if you're not a good 3-point shooting team? It's almost like in the NFL where you have to go deep every once in a while just to keep the defense honest. You have to let the defense know that you're willing to shoot that outside shot, even though you're not great at it. Because, hey, maybe you'll start making them, bud.
Yeah, because if you're a low post team or a penetration team, you have to keep the floor open space so they can get in there, and they can't trap the post easily. So you do have to keep them honest. The key is you want at least your better 3-point shooters taking those threes. You know, not terrible 3-point shooters. So you got to put them in the right spots to be taking those threes.
Balby to his right with the shot clock winding down. Deodato for 3, no. And a foul on the 3-point shot, Jose Di Filippo.
Yeah, that's a defensive no-no anywhere you play basketball. Don't foul a 3-point shooter. Don't foul a shooter anyway, but don't foul a 3-point shooter needlessly. And that was the end of a shot clock, and it was a one-footed leaner. You probably wasn't making that anyway. Now you're giving them 3 freebies.
Deodato 6 of 6 from the stripe in this event, coming into this one.
And Craig, that used to drive me crazy as a coach. Like fouling 3-point shooters needlessly, and little guards trying to block shots in the paint that they've never blocked a shot in your life. Why are you jumping and trying to block a shot?
Yeah, on that one, Di Filippo didn't even jump. At 6'1", Deodato was way up in the air at 6'4", and he got him on the arm and the torso without even jumping. So he didn't even really contest the shot. And Di Filippo backs out, but hey, maybe it worked out. He hit only 2 of the 3 free throws. Here's Langston back outside to Di Filippo. Shot clock. Did they get it off? They did, but the shot was short, and here comes Flamengo. 13-0 run across the end of the first into the second quarter. Here's Balby. Oh, a beautiful screen and roll, but Galvanini could not get it. He misses that left-hand hook again.
Great pass, though. Wow, right on the
Yeah,
line.
it sure was. Guerrero, left side to Mainoldi. Di Filippo back to Guerrero. Guerrero pulls up for the right elbow and splashes that one.
And there's a great pick set on that one to free him up for that jumper. You can help your teammate more than just scoring.
Puts the end of the 13-0 run by Flamengo. Foul on the rebound. Got a good look at Carlos Olivia, 40 years old.
Still getting it done.
Yeah, he's a guy who's been around a while.
Very
Pretty
physical
sure he's
player.
spent a lot of time on the national team over the years. Olavinha will be 41 on April 18th. Oh, a beautiful inbound play. Marcos Mata executed it perfectly for the reverse layup, and now Boca back to within 2.
Yeah, I noticed that Boca has a lot of good inbounds plays, especially under the basket. They did it last night too. Call those bobs.
Shotman.
Baseline out of bounds.
Shotman with the clear foul there. So we got bobs and we got cookies.
We got sobs, side out of bounds. We got ATOs after timeouts.
After timeout, yeah, we talked about that one last night.
That's coaching lingo right there, Craig.
Cuello hits the second free throw and the lead's back to 3. Back up top to Shotman. He's picked up by Lozada. And a little bit of contact. Is that going to be on Langston? I believe it is. Or are they going to get Lozada for fighting his way through it? Here comes the screen.
They got it after.
Oh, yeah.
Langston really setting some monster picks out there. He looks like a linebacker. I wouldn't want to get hit by that guy.
Yeah, you kind of heard the train whistle coming when he set that screen. There's another one. Shotman, right side, working his way in. Oh, a beautiful pass from Shotman, but Rodriguez could not finish under the bucket, loses it out of bounds, and it's going to be Flamengo ball. You won't see a prettier pass than the one Shotman just dished. Man, did he thread that needle.
That's really nice. Unfortunately, not good enough hands at the end of that, but what a great pass.
Coming up on 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. This is the only game tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be Hebraica Maccabi against this Flamengo team. 7:10 p.m. local time, 5:10 Eastern time. Paul and I will have that game for you. And then over the weekend, we will jump into Group D. Carlin Gay and Sam Brief will join Paul for those games. And then I will be back on
vacation? Going to Hawaii somewhere?
I wish we were. We were talking about actually coming out to Las Vegas this weekend, but
come on out. I'm here.
that ended up not working out.
We could do the games from my office together.
Yeah.
You could be reunited with Michael and Brian, my two sons.
Yeah. Both Michael and Brian involved with the Bloomington Flex pro team in Illinois 8 or so years ago. Michael as an assistant coach, Brian as a player. And if I may say so myself, one of the great minor league pro teams this country's ever seen.
Yeah, they do a good job. I don't know if they're still going, but they did a good job when they were active.
Yeah, unfortunately, they went defunct in 2016, made a couple of trips to China as a team after they ceased league play. The last, I think, was in 2018.
Minor league basketball is a tough business here in the United States. And
it really is.
It's never really transferred like it, the second and third divisions in Italy and France and all over. It just is never caught on here.
And it's such a shame because there's so many good players. Cuello tried to thread the needle there on the bounce pass to Galvanini, but it gets kicked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Flamengo.
I still believe minor league basketball, if they would take, you know, the top 12 to 14 teams from all these other leagues that are competing against each other and did it right with the right financing, it'd be a good product. But I don't see that happening anytime in the near future.
I completely agree, but the travel is so difficult if you have them spread out over the country like that.
Yeah, that's why you do pods.
Yeah, you build a pod concept.
And then you have a tournament at the end, just like this, in, say, a place like Las Vegas, for the champions of each pod.
We could call it the Paul Mokeski Cup.
Coach Mo's Cup. Let's get a $1 million sponsor. Let's roll with it.
There you go. Offensive rebound for Flamengo on the three-point miss. Here's Galvanini again, kicks it out. Three-point attempt, long. Langston the rebound. Mata back outside to Vildosa. Langston rolled, but he didn't have the passing lane. Now Boca resets. Oh, beautiful pass from Langston and close, but Manuel Rodriguez blows the bunny.
Again. Wasn't he the one that missed the other layup?
We saw so many last night, it's hard to tell.
He's missed 2 or 3 tonight off of great passes. And hey, if I'm passing, I might not pass to him anymore. But, I mean, if you can't catch the ball and finish a layup, I'm not passing any ball. So, but, I mean, both teams are really doing a good job of moving the ball and passing the ball.
Rodriguez has a seat on the bench after that miss.
That's his second or third miss. I know it is. I feel your frustration, man. But you got to make layups. Come on.
Galvanini to the free throw line. He's 2 of 4 tonight. Well, you could tell from the release point there immediately that was drifting to his left, and he shakes his head in frustration. Slams the ball as he prepares for his next attempt. Gets that one straight through, and Flamengo back on top by 4. Low scoring game, but it's been relatively entertaining. Usually when the score is this low, it's either, you know, a mutter with a lot of fouls or it's really sloppy play. I've seen some pretty passes.
Unselfish basketball. You like to watch this game.
Just Flamengo shooting 32% and Boca 36%.
Now less than that.
Boca now, yeah, Boca now 3 of 10 from three-point range, and Flamengo 1 of 10.
Ooh, ouch.
Caio Manfio is the only one to make a three-pointer, and
back when I coached Craig, I told people, you know, agents or whoever, I got some shooter for you. I don't need any shooters. I need makers. I need guys that can make it. I don't need anybody can shoot. I need someone that can make it.
I knew where you were going with that one.
There are not many makers out there tonight.
Carlos Duro calls timeout. He's team down by 4 and 4:48 to play. Once again, a big welcome in to all our viewers around the world, in the U.S. on the FanDuel TV platform, across South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on BCL America's YouTube channel. He's Paul Mokeski. I'm Craig Fade. I hope you've been enjoying this one. Low scoring, as we mentioned just a moment ago. But it's not like it's been ugly bad basketball. It's just that the teams haven't been making shots.
And they're missing the open shot. You know, that's...
Yeah, it's not like guys are jacking up contested shots everywhere. There's a look at a make by Juan Guerrero. This is that banked-in three-pointer by Caio Manfio.
Banks open. You act like you meant to do that. Yep, I did that. Yeah, I meant to do that.
Back underway inside 4:40 to play second quarter. Schottman, high right side. Vildosa nearly pushed out. Across the timeline, takes it all the way himself. Finishes against Martin Cuello.
Nice, strong finish there.
Now Boca back to within 2. Deodato for 3. Splash! That one.
Took
Well,
the
now
lid
maybe
off.
we'll see some. Yeah, see some points coming in bunches here. Pass to Mata underneath. He's picked up by Deodato. Gets it out to Vega. And a pretty feed to Mata, and he finishes with the right hand.
Nice pass. And finish.
Here we go. Now we got some scoring. Deodato driving. Gives it up. Pass intercepted by Vega. Oh, nice pass ahead to Schottman, but he couldn't finish with the left hand. A whistle, though. And Carlos Schottman will go to the free throw line. Foul is going to be on Caio Manfio. And that was a good aggressive push and take, even though they didn't have numbers. They had 2 on 3. But Schottman was accelerating. He had a lane. And at the very least, you figured he was going to get fouled. And that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, and the defense was in retreat mode. So you attack.
Yeah.
When defense is in retreat mode, you just attack them. And you're going to either go by them and blow by them, or they're going to have to foul to stop you.
That was Schottman's first point of this game. And he's got 2. Once again, he had 13 points against Hebraica last night. Machado launches the tray. That misses. Vega finally corrals it. Schottman on the left side. 3:10 to play second quarter. Mata over to Vildosa. Gets the offense reset. Around the screen by Barber. Launches the 3 short. Rebound tipped. Tipped again. Finally controlled by Deodato. Well, that was a pretty little hop, skip, and a jump into the lane.
Nice extended Euro with the left-hand finish.
Yeah, that was kind of a forward Euro. It was more forward than sideways.
And Craig, it's not traveling unless they call it.
Right. Schottman misses from in close on that little 8-foot jumper, but draws the foul on the second attempt by Manfio. Beg your pardon, I think that's Scott Machado. There's a look at Gabriel Galvanini. A frustrated Gabriel Galvanini. He's just 2 of 7 from the floor tonight. He's got 7 points, but he's missed 3 or 4 shots from inside that restricted area.
Yeah, that left-hand hook worked for him early, but went cold on him the last 3 or 4 times.
First free throw, no good for Schottman. Anybody have any tattoos like that when you played?
Not really. Weren't a few here and there, but not arm sleeves like they have now.
Yeah.
Nobody had an arm sleeve.
Ooh, boy, that sure looked like a backcourt violation. Maybe they said that was tipped by Guerrero. Deodato for 3. Nope, but the rebound by Devin Scott. Another 3 on the way, another miss. My goodness, Flamengo. 2 of 14 from the arc now. Building another house from outside. Laying a bunch of bricks. Deodato has to pull up. Cuello zips the pass inside, stolen away. Nicely done by Guerrero.
Oh, got the blocking call, but that looked like a charge to me. He kind of ran over the guy. Gee. Well, he had good defensive position here. Oh, he was moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I'm not a referee, even though I acted like one when I coached. But here's a good
I don't
question
think
for
that
you.
puts you in exclusive company.
No, not at all. Here's a good question for you. So, 3-point shots are such a big part of the game today. And you have some good shooters on your team if you're Flamingo and they can make some threes. But at some point, if you're 2 for 14, do you just stop taking threes? Do you drive it to the basket? Uh, you know, that's a dilemma that a lot of teams and players have. Because most teams are built around 3-point shooting, and when you go cold, you really go cold. And there's a little twist that we keep shooting, so we might make 5 in a row. We don't know that, so that's a tough call for a team and coaches and players.
And the problem is if you don't have anything else you can go to, you have no choice but to keep putting them up. But Flamengo has some options. With Galvanini
Yes.
inside. They haven't really tried again yet to get it to Devin Scott. There they get it to him. He spins his way in. Gets it to Cuello. His short jump hook missed out of bounds. It'll stay with Flamengo. And there's your favorite signal.
Replay.
For the review.
Every player wants a review. In the NBA, it's twirl your hands. But you're right, Craig. I mean, it's not like Flamengo doesn't have options to post up some players and get inside and penetrate. So, uh, you know, I, I was in a situation with the D League NBA Development League down in RGV. The parent team was the Houston Rockets, and they wanted us to shoot 53s a game. And back then, that was 15 years ago, and we did, and we were successful. We won a championship the first year, and we had players that could really, really shoot threes, a lot of them. But then the second year we came back, we did the same thing, very successful, got to the D League finals, and we were up by about 16 in the fourth quarter. And a time where usually you would want to, take your time, run a set, get it in the post. But we were told to keep running, keep pushing the ball, and keep taking threes. And we ended up missing a lot of threes, and we lost that championship because of that philosophy.
Let me ask you this. Why would the word come down from the parent company or the parent team that you had to shoot, or they wanted you to shoot 53s a game? Is it just because they wanted to see players get film on players taking those
No,
shots and seeing the development? Or was it just we're trying to see how this strategy works?
they're trying to see, they want to see if the players can shoot, but they want to see if this strategy works. This was at a time when NBA teams were taking 23s a game at the most.
Yeah.
They wanted to see if we could push the tempo, and we did. We averaged 138 points in a year, and we had shooters, and we had players shoot 20, 22 threes themselves and make 40% of them. And it was deemed that can be successful if it's monitored a little bit. But yeah, we had reports from the Rockets after every game. You shot X amount of threes from the right corner, X amount of threes from the left corner, and from the top. Too many out of point two, out of paint twos, and we were focused on doing that to see if it worked. And in the long run, it did. And most NBA teams now shoot 30 to 43s a game. So, it's a philosophy that does work. You have to have makers, but yeah, we were given um, that project, and we had a lot of other projects. We were one of the first teams that started shooting long threes. That means the threes behind the 3-point line by a foot, by 2 feet. Now everybody does it. The
Yeah.
reason behind that, the reasoning behind that, Craig, is, and we found out that if you're a really good 3-point shooter and you shoot from right on the line and you have a hand in your face, or if you shoot from a foot or so deeper and you don't have a hand in your face, what is better for you? And we found
Yeah.
out with the real shooters, it's better they have the range to shoot 1 foot behind the 3-point line without a hand in their face.
Interesting. There's Devin Scott getting his first shot of the game with 1:20 to play in the second quarter, and he draws the foul on Raven Barber. That's his first, and now we'll see Scott go to the free throw line for the first time.
And I think that was a conscious effort to give him the ball in the post, because he's rebounding, 5 or 6 rebounds, so let's give him the ball.
First free throw is up and good. He does have 6 rebounds. And you know he's got to be thinking, you see what happens, you get me the ball,
Absolutely.
I'll get you some points, either from the line or from the floor.
Now he's coming out because they're smart, because they don't want to give him that third foul. And now look at how he went to the bench that time as opposed to the last time. His body language was much, much better.
Guerrero to Shotman. He left Balby in the dust, missed the open jumper from the right elbow. Here comes Flamengo inside of 1 minute to play in this second quarter. Screen by Galvanini. Back up top. 3 on the way from Filipovity, but a foul on the 3-point shot. That's going to be on Sebastian Vega.
That kills you. You have to be careful of your closeout. The referees are told to protect the shooter these days. Just like in the NFL, they protect the quarterback. It's the same.
But my goodness, a team shooting 2 for 14 from the arc. Why do you even challenge a shot?
It makes no sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I hope a coach will bring that up to him. What are you doing? They haven't made a 3 all day.
Filipovity hits all 3 free throws, his first 3 points of the game. And the lead back to 6. Vega hands it off to DeFilippo. Now Guerrero. He takes the long 3. That circles out. Rebound to Balby. I think they were just trying to get a 2 for 1 there. Balby on the drive. Gives it up to Galvanini in close. Gets it back. Lays it off the glass with the left hand as he falls to the court. Did they whistle a foul on the shot? Yeah.
Oh, no, I think a timeout. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Timeout for Boca. The lead now 8. I believe that's their biggest of the game. Let me do some quick math here. I'll take off my shoes.
Don't ask me.
They led by 6. On a couple of occasions, yeah, this is their biggest lead of the game at 8 points.
And this is, like you brought up a little bit ago, Craig, they took an earlier shot, Boca Jrs did, and it wasn't a great shot, but it does give them the 2 for 1, so they got time to execute a play here and get a good shot off. So that's the philosophy on that 2 for 1 for sure.
Nice production from Flamengo's bench. Half of their points coming off of their bench, 18 of 36. Among their starters, Cuello with 5, Galvanini with 9, Machado 2, Luzada has not scored, and Devin Scott just 2 points. I have a feeling we're going to hear from Mr. Deodato in the second half. He's a guy, when the game is close and the more exciting it is, the better he gets.
Yep, for sure.
Shot clock off, game clock down to 12. Filippo, this is Shotman. Around Barber. 5 seconds, they're near midcourt. Shotman puts up a 40-footer, nearly hits it.
I don't think that's the play.
Es el final del segundo cuarto.
You get a 40-footer. They did a decent job executing
Flamengo
just at the end.
36, Boca 28.
You got to get a better shot up than that.
Para las últimas
That's
noticias,
at halftime,
lo más destacado de este partido.
Yeah.
Pueden visitar la página
At
oficial de
halftime, it's
Básquetbol Champions League
36-28 in
Américas.
favor of Flamengo.
Seguirlos en todas sus redes sociales oficiales.
Look at the
Tanto en
numbers
Instagram, Twitter
thus
como
far.
Facebook. Arroba
Boca
BCL
Jrs. 10
Américas.
of 30 from the floor overall, 33%. 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. Not much better than Flamengo for 23%. They're 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Flamengo, on the other hand, 11 of 32 for 34.4%. 2 of 14 from the three-point arc. 12 of 18 from the free throw line. Flamengo, big edge in the rebounding battle, 26-16. Just 5 turnovers for Boca, 7 for Flamengo. As we roll the highlights.
They got to the free throw line 18 times. Wow.
Yeah, 10 more than Boca. There's the one hook shot that Galvanini hit with that left hand from close. Raven Barber has not scored. He's only got 1 rebound for Boca. Shotman 3 points on 0 for 8 shooting from the floor. Sebastian Vega 1 point, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Jose Vildosa leading the way, 11 points. He's 5 of 6 from the floor. Boy, if you take away his shooting, Boca's 5 of 24 from the floor overall. Wow. Juan Guerrero 2 points. Wayne Langston just 1, but he's got 5 rebounds. Leo Mainoldi 3 points. Marcos Mata with 7. And that rounds out the scoring for Boca. For Flamengo, the captain Franco Balbi, 2 points. Martin Cuello 5. Marco Filippovidi 3. Scott Machado 2. Should mention that Cuello also has 4 rebounds. Guy Deodato 9 points, 2 boards. Gabriel Galvanini 9. Didi Luzada quiet in that first half. No points, just 2 shots. Caio Manfio 3 points on the long bank job. Carlos Solavina 1 point, and Devin Scott, the new addition, 2 points, 6 rebounds. And Paul, we talked about it throughout the course of the first half. Neither team playing bad. They're just neither one of them shooting very well.
Yeah, the ball is not going through the basket, and you know, it's going to be interesting how this second half turns out, because you still have to be on the attack mode. You still can't be apprehensive when you're on offense, but it's not like the defense. Both teams have stepped up. It's just that the offense, they've missed layups and open threes, and you know, as a team, you know, they're both good teams. So, and both have good coaches. So at halftime, you know, you got to reassure them that things are going to turn around, and that ball is going to start going through the basket. And you know, you got to take that as we had a bad half shooting. We're going to have a good half shooting, and you know, we got to do whatever it takes to win this game.
36-28 in favor of Flamengo at halftime. We are at Palacio Peñarol in beautiful Montevideo, Uruguay. We are back with second half action in just a few moments. Welcome back to Palacio Peñarol in Montevideo, Uruguay. This one between Flamengo and Boca Jrs in Group C at the 2023-24 BCL Americas January window, second night of play. Coming out of halftime, Flamengo leads Boca Jrs 36-28. Alongside Paul Mokeski, I'm Craig Feda. Glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the Americas or around the world. In the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the globe on the BCL Americas YouTube channel. And Paul, let's see if just a simple switching of ends will help these teams find the bottom of the bucket, because in the first half, there were some houses being built, a lot of bricks. 3 for 13 from the arc from Boca Jrs and 2 for 14 from three-point range for Flamengo. Neither team very much better overall.
Sometimes it changes scenery, right? Get a different angle, different feel, and you know, I got to believe both these teams are good teams. I got to believe they'll start making shots, especially, you know, they're getting good shots. I think they'll start going in the second half. Or not.
I was just going to say, spoke a little early there, partner. Lozada gets it back out to Cuello. Back outside. 3 on the way. Nope. Well.
What's the over-under on
right
this
up
shots That's over too, right?
And, you know, these are veteran players, too. You know, they're veteran players, good teams. You know, they can't shoot this poorly for this long, can they?
I don't think so. You know, we'll see. The team that starts making shots is going to get a good lead there, I think.
Shotman around the screen by Langston. Got himself into the air and had nowhere to go and turns it over. Balby into the front court, starting the second half. Lozada with it, 6 to shoot. Shotman, no, beg your pardon, Galvanini. Left hand hook off the glass, that one misses.
Yeah, his left is not working. Yeah, his left is not working tonight, that's for sure.
That three-pointer, that one rattles in. Finally a make from beyond the arc, Leo Mainoldi. Down 5. It's just about ready to put my pen away.
Yeah,
absolutely no use for it so far.
Do the right thing. Go to the basket when your shots are struggling. Go to the basket.
I think that's what Galvanini was trying to do there, but he's tackled by Marcos Mata, trying to prevent the first down. Filipovity getting it inbounds, and here comes Galvanini. He's not going to miss that one with the left hand.
That'll work.
He's parted for him. Yeah, he's got 11 now.
That's what I was saying. Take it to the hole.
And back to 7. Shot in between the rings, right side. Mainoldi. Both of these coaches have shaken up their lineups heading into the second half. Stolen away by Lozada. He takes it all the way himself. Shot blocked by Mata.
Oscar Mata. Great timing on that block.
Yeah. Cuello outside to Filipovity. 3-point miss. Filipovity coming into this one, 3 of 11 from 3-point range.
Which isn't horrible.
Tonight.
It's not great.
Now Vildosa gets himself in trouble. Long cross-court pass. Shot blocked by Galvanini. Gets up there and swats it out of there with the big left hand. Going to be 1 second left on the shot clock. Yeah.
We are having defense tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've seen some good defensive plays. We've seen some nice passes.
He came out of nowhere for that one.
Catch and shoot 3. That's good. Sebastian Vega on the inbound play.
Baseline out of bounds. Nice execution.
Yeah, I was going to say the bob with 1 second left.
Very nice. That can change things around.
He's down to 4. Pointer from the opposite corner. No. And now let's see if that 3 by Vega sparks Boca as Vildosa is fouled by Franco Balbi.
Sometimes it takes a shot like that to kind of get you going.
Speaking of Franco Balbi, the captain for Flamengo. We talked about Ernesto Ogilvy last night. Panamanian captain for an Argentine team. And now you've got Flamengo. Brazilian team with an Argentine captain and Franco Balbi. Shows you how much respect he gets.
From coaches and players, yep.
Cuello's three-pointer bounces up and over the backboard. Hits the basket support out of bounds. It'll be Boca ball. Mainoldi right side. Gets it back. Beautiful pass, but Mainoldi misses the layup. My goodness.
That just kills your momentum.
A beautiful adjustment there by Devin Scott. That's his first field goal of the game. He's got 4 points to go along with 6 rebounds.
That's the key. Go to him in the post for a little bit. Get some easy buckets.
Look at the shot chart for Boca. I want to see how many baskets in the paint they've missed.
Well, I know Boca is 5 for 16 from the 3, and Flamengo is 2 for 18. So I don't think that's very good for both teams.
Boca has missed 7 shots from within a foot of the restricted area in.
Yeah, those layups kill you. Missed layups.
Another miss from three-point land for Flamengo. Half of the third quarter elapsed. This one moving rather quickly, despite the lack of scoring. Vildosa looking for a seam. Gets it to Langston. Pretty pass, and Langston goes off the glass.
There's been some great passes tonight, but not many good finishes. Finally, they get a layup to go.
Machado in the offense set up. Nobody moving. Evan Scott was the only one moving there. Everybody else just kind of standing around outside the arc.
That's a trap that a lot of teams fall into, Craig. They want to spread the floor, keep it at the three-point line, but then when someone over dribbles, everyone tends to stand. What you should do is someone should cut to the basket and then move your, replace people.
Long three on the way with the shot clock winding down. No good. Boca comes out of there with it. Here comes Vildosa. Boca trailing by 4. It seems, Paul, like, I mean, it's a close game, but it seems like Boca should be winning at this point, doesn't it?
Well, they've missed 7 layups, so, if you make 5 of 7 layups, which you should, you're ahead in this game.
Crossover by Vildosa, drive and the foul by Caio Manfio.
Greg, is that the point in this game where one of the teams needs to really get together, tell themselves to focus, play hard, finish layups, and win this game? Because this game is up for grabs right now.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's a huge game.
Both of these teams have had decent runs, but nothing good enough or sustained enough to put the other team away. Flamengo with 2 games in Group C play. They're 1-1. They have 3 points. Boca Jrs. 3 games played. They're 1-2 after the loss last night to Hebraica Maccabi. They've got 4 points. Hebraica Maccabi in first place with a 2-1 record and 5 points. Hebraica and Flamengo play tomorrow night. Paul and I will bring that game to you at 7 p.m., 7:10 p.m. local time, 5:10 Eastern Time. Scott Machado with some wizardry there with the shot clock winding down outside the right elbow, and the lead's back to 4.
Yeah, you think of that like coaches do. You think of the standings. If you're Boca Juniors, you know, you're at 1 and 2. If you win this game 2 and 2, you're looking decent. If you lose, you're at 1 and 3, and you're really in the hole.
Deodato feeds it to Galvanini on the break, and now Flamengo back up by 6 just like that. Galvanini now with 13. Stolen away, Deodato. Count the bucket! A Jordan-esque finish by Pete Deodato. Sebastian Vega, I believe that was on the foul, trying to get the block on the break. Oh, was there even any contact there?
Yeah, I don't know if he hit him on the head, but
yeah, that's about to be the only place he could hit him.
He saw the defense coming, and he didn't want to take the hit, so he went on the other side of the rim, which was smart, and finished, which is good. But and then gets to go to the free throw line. But I don't even know if there's contact on that play.
Yeah, like you said, if it was anywhere, it was on the top of the dome. Deodato now with 11 points. Free throw short. Back to 8. Biggest lead of the game for Flamengo. It was down to 2 just a couple of moments ago.
A little too much contact offensively in the post there. Swinging his arms a little bit. Got caught.
Filippo nearly steals the inbound pass.
You know, guys with rec specs, they play hard.
Yep, I was just going to say, that's the kind of play you'd expect from a guy wearing the specs.
And now he's picking up the defensive pressure.
Pointer is up and good. Manfio strikes from long range. That's his second three-pointer on the night. He's got 6.
It might be a good time for a Boca Juniors timeout.
Yeah.
And get organized, but Flamengo bails them out by fouling another three-point shooter.
My goodness. Gustavo Conti, to his credit, instructional there, as opposed to pulling his hair out. It amazes me every time Leo Mainoldi lines up the free throw. He takes so long.
Maybe a little Giannis in him.
Yeah.
1001, 1002. 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Giannis takes 10 or 11. I know that.
You think Giannis took longer than Karl Malone?
Yes. Well, about the same, but now they're more conscious of away fans counting and holding attention to the. But about the same. You know. But yeah. But that foul right there was just the wrong thing at the wrong time. They were getting ready to go on a run. Boca Juniors were struggling, and then you bail them out. Give them 3 automatic points.
Mainoldi hits all 3, gets the lead back into single digits. Deodato. Beautiful feed to Devin Scott, and he goes up and rams it with the right hand. Scott now with 6.
That's what he does. He rolls the basket hard, finishes with dunks. More pick-and-roll action with him would be very good for Flamengo.
Harbour was trying to fight his way down. Minute 20 to play third quarter. Flamengo threatening to salt this one, but they throw it away there. And Vega misses the layup, but there is Guerrero for the putback, and he almost missed that one. That one.
He almost missed that one. Yeah.
And now DiFilippo with the unsportsmanlike.
Their feet got tangled up. He didn't try to trip them.
Yeah,
I don't agree with this call.
And that's what DiFilippo's saying. He's like, yeah, we just got tangled up. I wasn't trying to stop the play.
That's unfortunate. He actually kicked his own heel. That's too bad. And then to make it worse, the referee is explaining to him. I don't like refs that explain things after a bad call.
Well, maybe he's just saying, here's what I saw.
Looked like he was saying you got to go in front of him, not behind him.
So Deodato at the free throw line, he's 2 of 4 from the stripe here tonight. Rattles the first one out, and what did we say, Paul?
What do we
Paul
say?
Don't lie.
Oh. I really don't lie.
For emphasis, in fact, on that one. He misses them both. He was perfect coming into this game from the free throw line in this tournament. So I don't want to say no harm, no foul. More like foul and no harm. Deodato on the drive. Ugh. That was, Deodato got into the air, wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He flipped it to Scott, and Scott was like, what'd you give this to me for? And Manuel Rodriguez fouled. I'd like to get a look at this one. Boy, it looked like Balby went straight up, didn't it?
Yeah, who'd they call the foul on?
It was on Balby.
Yeah. Ball don't lie. You started it.
So Manuel Rodriguez hits the second one. Lead down to 7. Half a minute to play in this third quarter. Galvanini cutting along the baseline. Player hits the deck. Official says play on. DiFilippo, his layup is good.
Bodies flying everywhere.
The drowning pool song. Off the bodies hit the floor. Clock at 6. Shot clock off. Beautiful feed inside. Filipovity got it to Devin Scott. Just a masterful pass. And now DiFilippo on the court. Writhing in some discomfort. Galvanini lost a tire.
Es el final del tercer
I
cuarto.
don't know if they called a foul or not on that one.
Yeah.
Still on the ground over there.
The officials talking it over, but it
Flamengo
appears to be just the
51,
end of the third
Boca
quarter.
Jrs 46.
Why don't they make that sign of the screen to have a replay? Oh, they're going to. But they did the circle sign. Wait a minute.
Yeah, looking at the shooting numbers here, Boca much better from three-point range in that third quarter. Flamengo still continuing to struggle. Still not entirely certain. didn't really see a replay either as to what happened at the end of that third quarter. We saw DiFilippo on the floor. We saw Galvanini lose a shoe, but we didn't see what exactly happened. And we are getting a review, it looks like.
Yeah, when that much contact, something happened. And they got to double check, I guess, whether it was after the... Oh, there it is. A pretty tough collision right there.
Yeah, Galvanini and DiFilippo collided. Looks like the bulk of the contact was underneath. It was like hip to hip, but Galvanini being so much bigger, yeah, no foul call. I like that. I think that's a good no call. And
I think Delfellini went flying into him and caused the contact. It looked like. So,
yeah, and then bounced off.
Yeah, and then fell down. And yeah, I agree. That's I think that's a no call, and let's play on.
So let's look at the highlights. Go to the 14th, Flamengo on top, 51-46. Boca got it down to within 2 points at 40-38. But a 9-0 run by Flamengo ballooned the lead back to 11 in that third quarter. For Boca, Jose DiFilippo 2 points. Juan Guerrero 4, Manuel Rodriguez 1 point, Sebastian Vega 4 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Wayne Langston 3 points, 6 rebounds. Leo Mainoldi 9 points. Marcos Mata 7 points, 3 boards. Carlos Schottman 3 points. He's 0 for 8 from the floor again. And Jose Vildosa leading the way for Boca with 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's also got 5 assists. For Flamengo, Franco Balbi 2 points. Guy Deodato with 11 on 4 of 8 shooting. He's also got 3 assists. Marco Filippovidi 3 points. Gabriel Galvanini with 13. Devin Scott 6 points, 6 boards. Martin Cuello 5 points, 5 rebounds. Scott Machado 4 points. Caio Manfio with 6. Carlos Olavinha with 1.
Greg, I still think in this final and fourth quarter, whoever can string together some makes in a row, especially from the 3, is going to have a great advantage if they can do it. But so far tonight, no one's been able to make really that many threes, and it's been a struggle. A lot of contact, physical play. It looks like this fourth quarter is going to be competitive for sure. It's going to be interesting because Boca Jrs did play last night and really had a tough loss. So it's going to, they battled back. They're only down 5. So we're going to see if they can hang in there for another quarter.
That is a good point. Oh, nice feed to Wayne Langston. I thought that was unintended, but I think that was a set piece.
Yeah, it was a behind the back pass. That was beautiful.
Filippovidi loses it on the way up. It'll stay with Flamengo as Boca falls back to within 3.
Couple more stops here by Boca Jrs. Right in the fight.
Deodato working on DiFilippo. Launches up the long 3-pointer. Missed. Rebound tipped and controlled believe that was Langston.
Yeah, Langston's starting to make his self known in the fourth quarter.
Guerrero, a little stop and go move up off the glass with the right hand. And Boca to within one. And Gustavo Conti wants timeout.
Good timeout there. You got to get your team together. Kind of fell asleep there. And maybe thought they had the game won, and they don't. So great timeout here to get your team together and, you know, maybe drop a play that get someone in the post or get someone driving to the basket and get things back on track like you had them in the third quarter.
Flamengo was up by 11 at 49-38.
Gente, olha só, nós estamos chegando onde a gente quer, aqui, e não estamos conseguindo finalizar. Já é a sexta finalização.
12-2 run by
É a
Boca.
sexta seguida. Já foi
Over
todo
the end
mundo,
of
já
the
foi
third
Marco,
quarter
já
here
foi
in the
Jaú,
fourth.
já foi Devon, já foi todo mundo.
Versus Gustavo Conti.
Vocês têm que subir mais firme essa bola lá,
Get his
embaixo
team
da
huddled
cesta.
up.
Ou dar uma finta, ou
Perhaps
subir mais
give them a little bit
rápido.
of a
A condição é de
fourth quarter
vocês, a
wake-up
leitura é de
call.
vocês lá. Agora a gente tá chegando na
But
posição que a
again,
gente quer, cara. Ou
we
não,
don't
essa
see
posição que a gente
him
quer, com ninguém na
ranting
frente.
and raving and
Ninguém na
losing his
frente.
cool.
Essa posição com ninguém na frente.
He's coaching, he's
Ó,
instructional.
olha só, nós vamos jogar dobra aqui.
That's a good
Yeah, I
coach
mean,
there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, you know, you gotta be under control, and you have to, you know, you're not panicking, but at the same time, I would like a little fire in him to fire his team up a little bit, but you can't go overboard with that.
I don't know if you ever had a chance to see Nestor Garcia coach. The great Argentine head coach of the Venezuelan national team when they won FIBA Americas. Coached the Argentine national team. He's the perfect blend of fire and instruction. A little more leaning on the fire. He would just absolutely will his teams to victory.
Yeah, you have to have a combination there as a coach. You can't scream at the guys all the time. But at the same time, you can't be so chill all the time either. So you have to pick and choose your times.
I don't know that I've ever seen a coach as hard as Jay Garcia.
You never saw me coach, right?
That's true. That is true. Flamengo looking to try to put a little distance between themselves and Boca again. They turn it over. On the drive by Deodato, he kind of lost his footing, and I'm not sure if he was just trying to flip up a shot or maybe hope to get a pass off, but he had no control over that ball. Went out of bounds, and now Boca with a chance to take the lead. With 8.5 minutes to play, dare I say, in regulation. Guerrero to Vega. He launches the three. Bota's on top. Sebastian Vega straight through on the three-pointer, and now Boca leads by 2.
Great timing on that shot to get open for that three. Boy, I tell you, I liked Evan Scott in the post. He's just strong with that ball. Catches it. Body's flying at him. He's just going to make a strong move and make them foul him.
Kind of reminds me of Franklin Hassel last night.
Yes, yeah.
Or Hebreka Maccabi.
I think Scott's maybe a little better offensive player, but Hassel's a better offensive rebounder. Great addition to this team.
Devin Scott, 29 years old, started his collegiate career at the University of Dayton, finished at Philander Smith in 2016, replaced Mateus Leone, and we're tied back up at 53. Scott playing in New Zealand, Argentina, Israel, Brazil, Korea, Italy, Dominican Republic, Mexico, the Philippines.
Passport got a workout.
Yeah, sure did. Oh, and a beautiful feed. And the finish by Manuel Rodriguez.
He finally figured it out. He missed so many layups. Just dunk it, young. Just dunk it. Just
Not missing this one. You mentioned a beautiful feed there from Sebastian Vega.
He looks like he's pleading with his team now. That was a silly turnover right there.
Humid again in Montevideo tonight. 79 degrees with 78% humidity and some showers. See a lot of them mopping up the floor again. We see those floor dryers flowing toward the lane. 3 on the way. That is good! Sebastian Vega again.
That was a heat check there, Craig. Wow. Deep 3.
And now Boca on top by 5. Boca's biggest lead was 7 points early in the first quarter. But a strong drive by Galvanini to draw the foul.
And that's a great way to stop a momentum. Just take it hard to the basket, get to the free throw line. Really smart play by Galvanini.
Galvanini with 15 points. He's 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Filippo's looking around like he wants somebody to clean those rec specs for him. Need some windshield wipers on those things with the humidity level. Don't forget, it is summer in South America as Galvanini cannot connect on the free throw. Vega. Another drive and dish. Rodriguez misses the layup again. Not that that was quite a layup, but he was standing next to the bucket. And if Boca loses this game, Paul, I think we can look at that shot chart and see how many close range buckets Boca has missed tonight. Forget about the 3-point shooting. Shot clock at 3. Vega from 35 just missed. Rebound tipped out of bounds. And it's going to be Flamengo ball. That little inbound play there, just getting it in from Balby to Scott. Kind of reminds me of that Pistons play the other night. There's just something about the way they moved. That Pistons inbound play that cost them the game. Boca lead cut to 1 inside 6.5 minutes to play. And the foul on Didi Luzada. Disappointing night for Didi Luzada. That's his 4th foul. He's got no points on 0 of 3 shooting, only 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Last time against Boca, he had 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds per contest in this tournament. Vega around Luzada. Bounce pass to Langston. Back outside to DiFilippo. He drives. Left hand. Oh my goodness, what a finish by DiFilippo. tipped. Galvanini. Galvanini wants a review.
Everybody wants a review. It looks like they get it. Or it's just timeout.
Well, we'll see in just a moment here. Yep. They're going to talk this one over. Once again, our officials in this one: Roberto Vasquez, Alexis Mercado, and Samuel Hidalgo. There's Galvanini off the rim. Galvanini touches.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. I think maybe Rodriguez got a little more of it than Galvanini did. Yeah, I think Rodriguez got a little more of it.
Yeah, with more momentum on his swing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this should be Flamengo ball. Let's see what they say. Yes, indeed. It's Flamengo ball. So Galvanini was right to ask for the review there.
For once, right?
5:45. Right. And with 5:45 to play, let's see what Flamengo draws up on this bob.
Yeah, it is getting slick out there, it seems like.
Yeah. And again, this is a very small venue. And it's old. It's a very old venue, old brick venue. Scott gets fouled on his way up.
Just very strong in the post. Goes to the basket strong, hard.
Scott from the free throw line, 4 for 4 in this game. Make it 5 for 5. He's got 9
We tried to
points
jinx it.
now.
I saw that.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, that's the other thing about a big player that goes to the basket strong like that. You need to make your free throws, and he does.
Our stat team right on top of that one. They had it updated before I even glanced over. He already was 4 for 4. Yep, don't say it.
No, we jinxed him. But they got the ball back.
Shot clock at 4. Scott has it poked out of there. And then Rodriguez couldn't control it, and he slides out of bounds.
We're going to see a 1 second play, see if he can catch a shooter. Maybe something staggered double over here. Get the shooter coming to the ball. Yep.
Oh, he didn't get that off.
Clock went a little soon, it looked like. I don't know. But Craig, you know what? You can never tell. You have 1 second.
With 1 second, yep. You don't know if
You
it's
don't
a
know
long
if you-
second or a short second.
Yeah, it could be a second or it could be a 0.2 second. You just don't know. I don't know why they don't have the point differential points on the clock in FIBA, like in the NBA.
It's an air of mystery, huh?
Old school.
Filippo, yeah. Filippo gets it to Langston, 3 on the shot clock. He pulls up baseline. Filippo tries to save it in bounds and does. No.
Great hustle. I think he stepped out of bounds though.
Looked like he was signaling timeout. He's definitely making the T symbol with his.
Oh, he was, and he wasn't out of bounds.
Huh. No. I don't know what that call was. Balby to his left, shot clock at 6. He puts up the jumper, missed. Rebound taken out of there by Langston. Inside 4.5 minutes to play, Boca nursing a 2-point lead. They're doing it on hustle and the 3-point shooting of Vega. Oh, and another layup missed by Manuel Rodriguez. My goodness.
He's missed about 5 today. I mean, that wasn't an easy layup, but still makeable.
Yeah, you're a pro. I mean, it's not easy, but that's why you're a pro. The pros make those. Or should be.
Here's the
in
thing.
most cases.
Here's the thing about Boca Juniors. They don't really have a go-to guy here in this situation.
No.
You know, they can get the ball to and get a score. They move the ball, and whoever gets it shoots it.
Filippo missed the 3-pointer with the shot clock winding down. Flamengo with another chance to tie. Balby into the lane, the floater with the right hand. Yes! And we are tied at 60. 3:24 to play and timeout taken by Carlos Duro.
And just to hit on that again, Craig, you know, go-to guy, Boca Juniors just kind of doesn't have one, and Flamengo has definitely Galvanini, but also now they have Devin Scott they can post up, so they have 2 kind of go-to
Tener claro que
guys
ejecutamos. Tener claro que ejecutamos.
Yeah,
Permiso. Tener claro que ejecutamos. ¿Sí? Buena ejecución allá.
But does that make it more difficult defensively for Flamengo if Boca doesn't really have a go-to guy?
Sebastián de 4 ahora.
You don't know who to really focus on. You got to play everybody straight up honest.
Well, you play everybody to their tendencies, so you know you let non-shooters shoot, you give drivers space so you can't drive, you just play it that way. But it's always better to have a go-to guys, not just one, but they have 3.
Cuerno bajo 3, la anterior me pediste cuerno 2. Cuerno bajo 3 para él, cuerno 2 para el 2. ¿Está claro?
So we are tied up at 60. 24 to play. That was after the jumper by Franco Balbi. He's had a relatively quiet night. Just 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
We'll see what Boca Juniors does here.
One other thing to keep an eye on, Paul. Boca with 14 fouls, Flamengo with just 1. 3:10 to play in the 4th quarter. Shot clock down to 8. Di Filippo outside, 3 on the way, a little too strong. Rebound pulled down by Kyle Manfio. Interesting to see Manfio out there at this point. Down to Galvanini.
Down in the post.
There's that left-hand hook. It was flat again.
Yep. Yeah, he just got no touch on that tonight. Position that Devin Scott not in the game.
He just got a little blow, and that's why Manfio's in. Vildosa from 17. That finds its way home. Vildosa now with 15 points. Sebastian Vega, the only other player in doubles for Boca with 10. Galvanini's got 17 for Flamengo. Deodato with 11. Here's Rudy Luzada. He misses. Inside 2 minutes to play. Boca on top by 2. Either of these teams appear tight to you at this point, Paul?
They shot so poorly all game. Who knows?
Fair point. High off the glass, awkward shot missed. And now Flamengo with a chance to tie it. Over to Luzada. Now the pass into Galvanini, denied by Vega. It'll be Flamengo ball with 13 to shoot.
Now they have their side out of bounds. See what they execute here with 13 seconds on the shot clock.
The subs now for Flamengo as Caio Manfio sits down. Scott Machado and Devin Scott back on for Flamengo. There's Devin Scott.
I go right to him.
Cuello
That
inbounds
looks like
to Machado. Yep.
That's what they do. That was the play.
It's picked up by Langston. Scott. Ooh, shuffles the feet.
Yeah. He had the. What happens to post guys is they get too concerned about getting a little closer. He had the shot. He didn't have to shuffle his feet.
It almost looked to me like the defender, Langston, pulled the chair out on him a little bit, and that caused him to shuffle the feet.
You know, pull the chair trick. I like it.
Yep. So now Boca with a chance to make it a two-possession game as we are about to cross the 1-minute threshold.
And who do they go to?
Di Filippo. Ooh. That's a bad turnover by Di Filippo.
Yeah.
Drive by Machado. That misses. But there's Galvanini. Off the square and in, and we are tied up at 62, 43.4 seconds to play. Galvanini now with 19 points.
Yeah, attack the offensive glass, and Boca Juniors did not block out. And in that situation, if you block out and get a rebound there, the game might be over.
Carlos Duro calling timeout again.
So here's the situation, Craig, that when you don't have a go-to guy in your Boca Juniors, I mean, you run a pick and roll, you try to post somebody up, you don't really have a post-up guy. So now as a coach, you're in a dilemma. You're just going to run the same plays you've been running, or maybe get a couple staggered picks for big.
Sacamos adelante para que no quede en la tercera de la
Your offense is limited right here.
Filippo acá. Sale Sebastián Vildosa. Dribbling handoff. Sí. Con De Filippo para que se provoque el cambio. Sí. Y que Balbi lo defienda a Vildosa. Claro, o hacer pick. No, handoff, pick. Hacia afuera acá. Y va a estar Vildosa con la bola. De Filippo en el medio. Marco en la esquina. Wayne. Pick and roll.
He's got 9, but he's only 2 of 6.
Sí, vos hiciste el tiro a José y para en el medio.
And if I'm Flamengo, I'm trapping that pick and roll if I get a chance. Really throw a wrench into play.
There's that turnover by Di Filippo. Put back by Galvanini to tie it. Vildosa, guarded by Balbi.
Side to the roll.
Around screen by Langston. Ooh. I don't know if that's what they wanted to shoot there, but the three-point attempt blocked. Galvanini with the block on the three-point attempt. And a couple of not very good offensive possessions by Boca Juniors. And Paul, you said it, when you don't have a go-to guy in a tight situation, that might be what you end up with.
Yeah,
you also mentioned earlier that Boca might start running out of gas here late as they played last night.
Yeah, I know.
24 point.
I mean, I have a sets of plays that, you know, if I have 2 or 3 or 4 guys, I know I can get shots for either in the post or coming off pick and roll or flare picks or staggers. You know, I know who those guys are and I know what those plays are, and that just helps at the end of the game. It's a game like this, and Boca Juniors just don't have that personnel.
Falvey hits both free throws, and now Flamengo on top by 2. Boca has scored 2 points in exactly the last 3 minutes. Fortunately for Boca, Flamengo's only scored 4. Now Carlos Duro with another timeout.
I can see on his face he doesn't have anybody to go to.
Sacamos de fondo.
You know, he's looking at assistant coaches for some help. And,
ellos tienen un foul, van a dar permanentemente foul. Entonces vamos a tener que sacar el lateral. ¿Sí? Si estamos en la primer parte, hagan una línea con un sacador, coordínense y este seguridad acá. ¿Estamos? Hasta que nos hacemos el balón. Si nos toca ir del lado ofensivo, hacemos la misma línea con Vildosa abajo. ¿Estamos? Cruce, pick. Hey, jugamos. Mainoldi, Vildosa, pick. Con Leo, abierto en la esquina, Sebastián. Pop.
And I would also have someone in there, my best offensive rebounder in there, to crash the glass if we miss the shot, because a lot of games are won and lost on their offensive tip-ins, just like we saw Flamengo do.
Boca with only 5 offensive rebounds on the night, 5 of their 35 rebounds. Flamengo winning the rebounding battle 44-35. Flamengo's got 15 offensive boards.
See what kind of shot they get. A lot of them. See here's the problem when you have they got to foul 2 or 3 times to get them in where they want to get them. So, but they can't stop the play, you know, mid-play.
Right.
And that's a just wait for them to get in a position and then foul them and make them start all over again.
Shot clock and game clock just about even. Shot clock half a tick maybe ahead. 3-pointer on the way. That rattles out. And the rebound grabbed by Galvanini.
That was it. Wide open 3 there.
Yep. Vildosa lucky he didn't get called for the unsportsmanlike or the technical after that. And he is absolutely barking at the official with 5.1 to play.
I don't know why. They had a wide open 3 and they just missed it.
I think he was talking about a foul maybe there. Yeah, they got an open look.
A 3-point shooter might have been fouled on that. But they usually don't call it at this point in the game.
No, unless it's really, really a play-altering foul.
And this is going to be a tough defeat for Boca Juniors. They had the game, in their hands a little bit, and they just let it get away. And it's going to be really tough at 1 and 3 to battle yourself out of that hole. I don't know what they're talking about.
60 to 57. And if Flamengo does not score with 5.1 to play, Flamengo will have outscored Boca 7-4 over the last 4 minutes. 4 points in 4 minutes for Boca as we go to the official review here.
It's been a struggle offensively for both teams, but Flamengo has continued to pound it inside, and as a result, got 28 free throws so far tonight. So that helps a lot.
Boca with just 15 free throws, and I'm not sure what they're reviewing here. Are they reviewing to see if there was a...
I don't know.
Were they reviewing to see if... I'm not sure what they're reviewing.
I mean, it didn't... I don't think you can review a foul on the three-point shot, can you? I'm not sure. You can't. Oh, maybe out of bounds. No? Elbow?
Or, yeah, Filipovity. Is that what they're looking at? Yeah, Filipovity took the left elbow from Marcos Mata.
Yeah, they're
So
both
no foul.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what Gustavo Conti, because he was making that motion with the elbow prior to that review. And that was a good thing to look at, because that could potentially have given them 2 more free throws as well.
Right. I think that's a not good non-call.
Oh, I agree. So Balbi misses the first free throw.
This is interesting.
So even if he makes this, it's a 1-possession game.
And here's my philosophy, and you, Craig. When they inbound it, when they dribble, under 5 seconds, foul them, so they can't get a three-point shot up. That's what I do. A lot of coaches, if you're up 3 with less than 5 seconds left, you foul when they're dribbling right now.
Here's Vildosa. They tried to foul him. There's the foul. It's going to be on Galvanini.
But if it's non-shooting, they're not shooting, right?
Right.
Yeah. If they dribble, well, they're shooting, so. No. Yes? No.
No, I don't think they're.
So now you're in trouble. You got time to even one dribble shoot a 3 now.
Marcos Mata to inbound.
There he is.
It in. 3-pointer. Wide right. Had the distance, but he missed it wide right.
That looked from our angle.
So another heartbreaker for Boca. Led by 5 in the 4th quarter, but they end up falling to Flamengo by the score of 65-62. Boca even outscored Flamengo in that 4th quarter, 16-14. But over the final 4 minutes, just 4 points down the stretch. So Boca falls to 1-3 in Group C play. They've got 5 points. Flamengo moves to 2-1. They've got 5 points. And tomorrow, Hebreka Maccabi will take on Flamengo to close out Group C play in this window. Flamengo and Gustavo Conti celebrating on the floor as we look at the final numbers on this one. Boca Jrs 37% overall from the floor, 7 of 25 from long range for 28%. They were 11 of 15 from the free throw line. Flamengo 22 of 62 from the floor, 35.5%. How do you go 3 of 24 from 3-point line and win a game? 12.5%.
Because you got 30 free throws.
Yeah, they shot 18 of 30 from the stripe. They shot twice as many free throws in the game as Boca. Flamengo also out-rebounded Boca 45-35, including a 15-5 spread on the offensive glass. Just 12 turnovers for Boca, 15 for Flamengo. Leo Mainoldi finished with 9 points. Marcos Mata 7. Carlos Schottman 3 points on 0 of 9 shooting. He was 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. Sebastian Vega 10 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. Jose Vildosa 15 points, 5 dimes. Raven Barber did not score. He only played 13.5 minutes. Jose Di Filippo 4 points. As you see, Carlos Oliveira, Brazilian legend, taking some selfies with some fans. Di Filippo with 4 points. Juan Guerrero 6. Wayne Langston with 5 as we roll the highlights from this one. Manuel Rodriguez 1 for 5 from the floor. I think his 4 misses were all layups. He finished with 3 points, 4 rebounds. For Flamengo, Martin Cuello 5 points. He also had 5 rebounds. Guy Deodato 11 points, 4 assists. Gabriel Galvanini 19 points on 8 of 17 shooting. He added 6 rebounds. Scott Machado 4 points, 3 boards. Kyle Manfio 6 points, 4 boards. Franco Balbi played some big minutes down the stretch, hit some big free throws. He hit a pair of free throws with 24.3 to play to give Flamengo the lead they would not relinquish, and then another free throw with 5.1 to play to make it a 3-point game. Marco Filipovidi 3 points. Carlos Oliveira with 1. Devin Scott in his debut with Flamengo had 9 points, 6 rebounds. Once again, the final score 65-62. Flamengo takes down Boca. Tomorrow night, it's Hebraica Maccabi against Flamengo, 7:10 p.m. local time, 5:10 p.m. Eastern time. Paul McKeskey and I will have that game for you. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We say goodnight from Palacio Peñarol in beautiful Montevideo, Uruguay. We will catch you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. So long for now.